but who in our hearts? MJT Reviews.
Mitchell James calling. Welcome to MJT Reviews. I'm here with a part of my wonderful jury, a really strong member, Lam from Vietnam. He's giving us his Asian tastemaker opinion on entries, and this one is about Denmark. So let's look at Love is Forever.
Love is Forever.
Via satellite.
I take notes in my mind. The comments later.
Okay, great.
Okay, let's see. Say Love is Forever. Ooh, nice one. Yeah, I love this song. A very lovely song. At the beginning, based on the visuals only, I thought it was gonna be like a very emotional, a sad song again, because it reminds me of Adele's "Hello," or no, not "Hello." It was, the other song, "Someone Like You" video. The very European style, a little bit dark, the grey tone. So I thought it was gonna be like a sad song. But, you know, the melody was totally different, and it reminds me of this song. Do you know the song Lemon Tree?
By who?
By Fool's Garden.
I don't know that song, but I'll definitely put it.
Yeah, look it up. So it's very, very similar in terms of the, I'll say the, not the melody, but the tempo. So, and it's a very, very lovely song as well. And I think for this one, the message is quite clear again and quite simple, but the way they conveyed it and the way they depicted it in the video, I think it was a nice approach. The girl was very talented, and I love it how she sang in the native language at the end of the song. Very lovely, very traditional, very European, and yeah, I love this song. One of my favorites.
Ooh, there was a bit of French in there as well. I don't know if you heard that.
I have no idea because I couldn't pick up the language. So
you were right. She sang in Danish, and she also sang a bit in French at that same.
Okay.
So obviously trying to get some global appeal there. And what do you think of her? Actually, did you like her as an artist?
Yeah. Very talented. She looks friendly and talented as well. You know, I don't know if they use a stunt women for the ice skating skins, but if that was her, then she was very talented. You know, I
think she can.
Yeah, it looks very professional.
Those damn Scandinavians, they know how to do everything.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
All right, so you said this is one of your favorites so far. It's pretty.
Yeah.
So I'm here, and I'm starting off with Elysse, the extraordinaire, and so Love is Forever. What did you think of this song? Give us your
this was an interesting song. It was nice and light and nice and bubbly, and well, we got a female vocalist, so yes, let's bring that on. But I also really liked how we had 3 languages in this song. It was English, it was French, and it was Danish, but they kind of flowed together. Now, we are from Denmark in this song, and so the Danish makes sense, and I assume the French was chosen because French would be considered the language of love, and so I thought that was like really cool. You don't just have your national language, you've also got some French in there. I thought that was a really nice touch. In terms of range, we're looking at an F3 to C sharp 5. That is massive. That's like 2.5 octaves. I give up. I will not sing this song accurately ever because I quit. Before I even started, it's just too big for me, but it works. Like, she's got the voice for it, and it sounds really cool. Very nice, very airy because you're going up so high, but very, like, it's good. In terms of key, we're in another major key with C sharp major. I think that's our first, no, it's not. It's our second sharp key, I think, so far, because we had, last round, we had France with F sharp minor. So it's our first sharp major, I guess. And then we got 4/4 as our time signature, which has been consistent pretty much for all of the videos we've looked at so far. It's all been 4/4, very basic. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're at 136 beats per minute, so that's just a bit faster than your average pop song. But it's a good speed. Like she's got quite a laid back, not laid back, like a subtle instrumentation sort of setup, and so the speed is really good for that. Dun, 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 dun. And like it works. It keeps it flowing and it moves it along nicely. In terms of chords, we have 5 chords. First chord, the second chord, the fourth chord, the fifth chord, and the sixth chord. In terms of instrumentation, we have, let's see, we got some vocals, which, you know, classic. Why do I even mention it? We have strings. And what I think is really cool is that our strings aren't just bowed. Like when you think strings, you think of a violin and you're playing and you're bowing and it's like nice, smooth sound. But she starts off with the strings plucked, which is what gives it that bouncy, sort of summery and light vibe at the start. And so that's really cool. You start off with that plucked strings and then later on move into like a bowed strings. And so that's really cool. We've also got some, I think it was cello for the bass line.
Cello, you've got a bass.
Because she seems to have this strings theme going and it's not too deep. So I think it's probably not a bass guitar. And that's also plucked. It's not bowed, it's also plucked. So you've got that similar constant beat going through that. And we got minimal percussion. We have minimal percussion because we've got clicks and snaps. And then we've also got a tambourine in this song as well with that little bell sort of thing chiming in every now and then. We've also got some acoustic guitar and a glockenspiel. The glockenspiel is not heavily featured, but it is in there just a little bit to give you that like nice high notes to, you know, round out the song. And it works really nicely at doing that too. Form. What is our order of the song? How is the song structured? That's exciting, right? Yep, just making sure I'm on the right line. All right, so we have another intro. 2 bars. Then we have verse 1 for 16 bars, you know, classic 16. Our chorus at 17 bars. Bit odd. One more than, you know, your 8 plus 8. So, but, you know, it works. You got that little bit of breather at the end. Verse 2 is 16 bars. Then we've got chorus for 18 bars there. So a bit longer this time. Verse 3 for 16 bars, and finally a last chorus at 17 bars. So we do have a chorus in there with an extra bar, but you know, that happens. It comes up every now and then. It just looks a bit odd when you write it out. What were my notes?
What was the extra bar for? Do you remember?
So it's just a bit more of a break, so.
I see.
But it works, like, because that break in that middle chorus allows you to go back and strip back again before you change language. So I think that worked really nicely to do that. Now, what did I think in terms of video? I thought it was a very vintage feel for the video. It was kind of a bit like a highlight reel of your home videos. Like, you know, when you sort of see these movies and, like, they find these old videos or these old reels in the attic and they're like, oh, let's watch this. This will be great. So they bring out their old projector, which is like a hand wound one. And then you've got that sort of really old projector, like imagery vibe with the graininess over the thing and then very small like window, letterbox sort of window. That's what it reminded me of. And then because of the footage as well, it was very much friends having fun together. Like obviously she's singing in it as well because it's a music video, but it was much like focusing on the friendship and the sharing and the looking out for each other. It was really simple and very effective, I thought, because it really brought out the message, which is, you know, it's love. We should be loving each other. We should be looking out for each other. Love is what is uniting us. So I thought that worked really well. I did note though, in the video, there is a bit just before the final chorus where you can hear the footage of like an ice skater. It's like sort of making a slide and then like the friends laughing. I don't know if that's a mistake or not. I'm like, is that intentional? I don't know, but you know.
I feel like it would have to be intentional, wouldn't it?
I don't know. I've edited many a video where I've forgotten to mute my clips, and it's
Okay.
really like, oh well, it's now intentional because I'm not fixing that now that it's uploaded.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, it's a national thing. Why would you leave that in if you noticed it? Maybe they didn't notice it. Maybe it's just people like us who notice it, and that they're not watching the reviews. Why would they need to? They've already chosen their song.
But it kind of comes at the end of the pluck, like it goes like, and then it's like skate, like.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm thinking, and maybe you think it's intentional. Maybe we're overanalyzing.
But like, because I'm listening to, while I'm analyzing it, I'm listening to like a recording until after I finish analyzing. And so I'm like, oh yeah, I know this song. I'll just watch the video. And I'm like, wait, that's a different sound. What is it? I had to go back and be like, oh, that's the footage. And I wasn't expecting it. Like, and so because it's not in, I don't know, sometimes people do intentionally leave in that footage sound on occasion for effect. But I don't know if that's what it was because it was the only instance. Like, I'm sure there are other areas you could have put it in. You've got a 2-bar intro. You could like have the coffee sort of sound fading out. I don't know. Like, so maybe it was intentional. Maybe it wasn't. But because it was such a short instance and one clip, I would argue it's probably an accident and they've just left it in.
That'd be funny.
On a personal level, I really liked it. It was simple and effective. Like, the video was simple and effective. The song was simple and effective. The message was simple and effective. And it was done really well. They chose the right instruments. They chose a really good way to sort of push that. And I really liked the 3-language thing. Like, I just, overall, I thought this was a really standout song to me. So yeah, probably up the top of my picks because of that.
Wow. Well, that was a great review. Thanks so much, Elysse.
You have to say that to everyone.
What should we not say it to someone? Then I'll be like, see?
That was a terrible review. I take it back.
I'll be like, well, that was something. I'm here with Stuart Wilders from ESC Fan TV, a great YouTube channel all about Eurovision. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. And we're talking about Denmark. Love is forever. What do you think? Do you think they'll love Denmark?
Leonora's she's got a great sort of persona on stage. She's a really good singer, great vocal, great performance, and they came up with this really quite quirky, unique performance on stage in their national fun, a bit like Australia did with Kate Miller-Heidke. They've gone for a giant chair, which also looks like a bit of scaffolding if you look at it at a slightly different angle. And she's singing sat down with 2 singers either side of her, singing Love is Forever. It really works. It's a really good song. It's written by the 2013 winners for Denmark. The Emily de Forest songwriters, they've also written this song. So it's got great pedigree. She's also known in Denmark as the next Emily de Forest. She's called that. So there's some good pedigree with her and also the songwriters. Elysse Cabell is the songwriter. So yeah, not sure it's as good as the winner in 2013. However, I foresee this probably being a mid-table type song. But it will do well for Denmark. It will definitely qualify, probably finish round about between 10th and 15th.
So they had a national selection. How did this song fare out for you in the national selection?
I think overall it's probably the best one. Julie and Nina, their song was a fan favourite, and the fan favourite didn't win. Leonora won. But I think overall they had a good selection of 10 songs, actually. But I think the right song won, and it had the best performance of the night. She had the best vocal. Overall, it was the best presentation. So they made the right selection.
I personally, the performance of it, I get like it would get a family appeal for some reason. I mean, it's nice, but it's very PG.
It is very PG, yeah. It's sort of it appeals to everyone. I think that's the point. Whether you're young or old, you will get this song. You'll find it quite easy to listen to. You know, that itself maybe doesn't translate into votes because it's just easy listening. but the performance does. So as a song, it's just okay. It's lifted by the performance. And there's going to be a lot of performances in Tel Aviv. You know, Australia is a good example. You've similar sort of staging in many ways, sort of high, sort of off the floor, sort of tall staging. I think they're going to have to really think cleverly about how they perform this song in Tel Aviv. But that said, I still think it will qualify and do rather well.
Okay, great. So that's it for now. Thanks very much, Stuart, and thanks for all the jury panelists. Please subscribe and all that kind of thing. Until next time, bonsoir Europe, and goodbye.